Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Recently, over the past few weeks, we've had several different leaks and rumors surface in regards to some upcoming updates for Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Some gameplay updates, some design and feature things that have leaked out from a couple of different sources. You may recall that a little while ago, Call of Duty actually revealed they've got this new initiative going known as Recon Squad, where they essentially just take random members from the community. Could be a fantastic player, could be a new player that doesn't really know what they're doing, and they just gauge their feedback on various different things. They send them specific surveys asking about information, trying to gauge, okay, would you like this feature over that feature? Do you think this would be a good idea? And apparently recently they actually had a Recon Squad meeting where they were involved with the devs talking about various different things. And from this meeting, we've actually got several new reports of new features that could be on their way to Call of Duty. Detonated.com, DK Dynamite's website, has reported on this quite a bit. And this first one really, I think, is probably the least, whoa, what's going on here, kind of leaked today. This one is, I think, universally something that I think players really want to see. The other things today might be a little bit more controversial, right? But this first one here says potential Black Ops 6 tracer swap update could be coming to the game. It was asked why tracers could not be applied to different builds and how fans want that back, like how it was in MW2 and MW3, and the host made note of this for Treyarch. So this is something that they're going to get direct feedback on. Really, I feel like with blueprints, obviously a whole thing that's been ongoing ever since they introduced the blueprint features in Call of Duty is that it kind of just sucks when you go through and you go to build out things, you buy a blueprint because it looks sick, and you realize, oh, okay, now I have to use this barrel because this is going to be better for my playstyle, or I need this larger magazine, or I can't use whatever it is on it, right? And then the look of it completely changes. Well, with tracers, that's always sucked because a weapon comes with tracers, they look cool, but if you change the ammo type, if you change the magazine or whatever the case is, it takes those away from the setup. So like, you're not even fundamentally changing the ammo necessarily, but it just ruins a huge selling point of the blueprint. And it's so strange that they like we're so heavy into like the Vault Edition Mastercraft stuff where it doesn't change the look. You know, you can have any barrel and it'll stay the same. You could have any stock, it'll stay the same. And then they've never really continued on with those style of builds. It's always just been base blueprints that get ruined every time you try and build the meta setup for them, right? So the fact that they're already interested in potentially fixing tracers when you go through and change things there could be pretty big in terms of actually bringing more value to blueprints. I don't know about you guys, but my 2 cents, I'd be much more inclined to purchase blueprints if I knew that the build on there and the look of it was going to stay the same, even if I changed their attachments that typically aren't very good builds. So definitely something, to look out for here that I think would be a good idea. Another report here has to do more with zombies, but also sort of leads me into a larger conversation, one that we've also brought up in, years past as well. But they say Black Ops 6 Zombies super Easter egg rewards have also been discussed in a recent Call of Duty Recon meeting. The focus group agreed that unlocking universal pack-a-punch camos for completing all the main quests would be a reward that many players would want. So obviously we've got the cool pack-a-punch camos in game. I think it would be awesome if there were certain ways to earn things like this. I think that would be a really cool feature to have, and obviously incentivizing going through and actually playing and doing the Easter eggs would be a cool challenge behind that, like how you sort of have weapon masteries going through and getting universal camos that way, like whether it's Dark Matter or Afterlife, whatever the case is. Instead, having something like this where there is an Easter egg mastery, you go through, you complete the main quest Easter egg on every single map, and you get a reward for that. Ultimately, I feel like the more long-term grind incentives you have, the better. Call of Duty obviously is so heavily focused on retention. How can we get players on the game as often as possible for as long as possible? It's been a huge thing with engagement, optimized matchmaking, and everything going on there. Well, what if you continued to expand on this? There's a mastery quest for the Easter eggs that gets you pack-a-punch camos. What if there was a way where if you did the multiplayer mastery camo and the zombies mastery camo, then you got some larger camo reward? Or what if you did all three, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone, and completed every single mastery camo? Then you get another tier camo unlocked there. Gives you a much longer and larger incentive to continue grinding. I feel like that'd be good for their retention numbers internally, and also gives us something cool to work towards, but certainly some more interesting information here. And by the way, as we are going through all these leaks, all these rumors that have surfaced recently, if you do enjoy the video, you find the info helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. Much love to everyone who does take the time to do so, as it does really help the channel grow. And of course, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you just have not subscribed yet, we should change that each and every day. This is the place to be to stay up to date with absolutely everything going on in Call of Duty, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, It's all right here, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Next up here is one that is a little more interesting to me in the way of concern rather than, oh, that could be really cool. This one could be kind of weird. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of mixed opinions on this. They say randomized prestige was recently discussed in a Call of Duty Recon meeting. Locked items like weapons and score streak field upgrades would be given to you at a random level each prestige instead of the same level every time. The focus group was 50-50 on it. I feel like that's kind of how the community is going to be on it. Like, so for instance, every single prestige at level 17, you get this SMG, and at level 23, you get this perk. Well, maybe in prestige 3, you get the perk at level 14, and you get the random SMG at level 47. That could be interesting. I mean, it adds some, I guess, freshness and adds in a unique element to each prestige, but it also can be rather inconvenient when you're trying to optimize your gameplay. You're going through and prestiging. It's like, okay, I know at level 17, I'm going to get this rifle, and then I can start working on that, getting attachments. I can do some camos there until I get to level 33 and I get this other weapon I want to level up and I want to work on. Then I'll pause the original grind, right? But in this, it's like, okay, I need that rifle to complete my stuff, but I have to wait until level 49 to get there. Then at that point, I'm almost prestige. I'm not going to have any time to work on it. So I feel like this could backfire, but it could also add in, like I said, that sort of unique feeling to each individual prestige. I don't know. I myself split on this. I could see the good. I could see the really annoying elements of it too. I just don't feel like we necessarily need to change the prestige system. It's not broken per se, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. Now, while all these other previous leaks and rumors surfaced from these Recon squad meetings, this is actually some new data mined info courtesy of COD Warfare Forum, and it's by far the craziest of all the topics we've covered here today. What is happening? Grapple hooks, skiing, wingsuits, all of these features were added to the game files with Season 3 Reloaded. I'd have to imagine this is for some kind of LTM in one way or another. No idea what it could be like otherwise, because grappling hook by far makes the most sense, just rooted in Call of Duty. We had this back in Black Ops 4. I thought it was really cool. I think a grappling hook in Warzone could be an awesome field upgrade to have. But skiing in wingsuits is a little bit more out there. I'm not sure what we'd be skiing on unless maybe we're getting a Christmas time or a winter version of Verdansk or something. And then wingsuits is a blackout feature, of course, where you could jump off things and actually glide across the map rather than having your parachute. Maybe that's a feature they're looking to change or add or something you could pick up in game, but definitely much crazier elements and much crazier features than what we've seen added to the files recently, or the quality of life updates that we've seen over the course of this year so far. These are all kind of coming out of nowhere. Like I said, maybe it's for an LTM, maybe it's just random codes being added to the game files for no real reason. Time is going to tell here, but we do now have official strings in the actual game files referencing all these potential features making their way into the game as we see. So definitely got to keep our eyes out on that, because all those could be pretty interesting to see if they come to fruition or not. Like I said, I think a grappling hook could be pretty cool for movement purposes. Not too sure about skiing though. I don't know about that one. But that said, some interesting new leaks and rumors have surfaced. We'll have to keep our eyes on all of these, of course, as we head on into Season 4 here shortly. We're going to see even more updates to the game files. Perhaps we see more references and updated strings to some of the things that we covered here in this video. Of course, as we see new information leak out or officially revealed, or any other need-to-know information comes out, you guys know this is the place to be to stay up to date with all of it. So feel free to hit that sub button. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, a like rating on your way out would be really appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you later. Peace out.